Hey everybody, welcome to the Shrimp City Report. My name's Devin. I'm joined here with DJ. How you doing?
Doing good. We're on the spot today.
Right? We are.
For our interview.
We are at the frickin' Kulture Klash, which has been, 9 years in the making, or 9 years in the coming back. We also have our engineer Eric sitting in, and our special guest Gustavo. Say hello, Gustavo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Glad to be here and catch up and chat with you guys.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what your role is for Kulture Klash, what you do in your day-to-day for Kulture Klash?
Yeah, we're keeping.
Cool. Yeah, man. So Kulture Klash started way back in the day. I'm one of the founders, partners. As you can see, it takes an army to do this event. I could not do it with the help of all these people that are in here every day, helping and chipping in. And yeah, this event started back in the day when we moved from New York to Charleston, and I saw a void in the market for an outdoor art party. And I said, man, I think we could do something really unique. I got to give props to Kevin Taylor because he did an art show at 10 Storehouse Row, and we just got here into Charleston. I was like, dude, this building is crazy. And that's kind of what sparked, the thought to doing a little event like this.
Is that when 10 Storehouse was first built? I remember when they first fitted that out. Was that about the same time?
I think it was afterwards because it was already, there was businesses in there and stuff like that. And then we went in there and he had, an art show. And I was like, okay, I love the raw of the building. And obviously we're in the old Navy Yard. And, it had a lot of potential from what I saw.
So how'd you find your way from New York, man?
So yeah. Family will make you do awesome things. And so my brother-in-law lived here. We would come and visit all the time. We're originally from Florida, me and my wife. And so I'm like, hey, Charleston's nice. They got a beach. We're visiting family. And at that point we were like, hey, we want to expand our family. Let's move to Charleston and let's open up a cool clothing store on Upper King Street. So that's kind of what brought us down here.
Oh, really?
We had a store called Bazaar on Upper King for many years. And so it was a streetwear store. And through that store was the hub of where all these cool people that we were meeting in Charleston. And that's where I was like, look, I think there's a scene here to do an event like this. And originally the idea came from going to PS1 in Queens. Every summer they throw, a banging parties with art at the MoMA out there. And so I was like, dude, we got the spot. We need to just let's do, something like that down here. And so, yeah, that was where the idea came from.
So, Kulture Klash is predated to the 2009, 2008, right? There was a period of time where I think it had stopped. I guess, how are you seeing the age, or how are you seeing Kulture Klash progress since then?
So yeah, we all, had to get real jobs, and we got older and we had children. And so the bandwidth starts diminishing very quickly. And, the heart and the feeling's always there. And so to me, we did stop it for a bunch of years. And, recently Big Hair, who's our other partner, who's with the Liberty Foundation, dub plates, we've done every event with him. So he's always been down with the crew, OG crew. And so he's like, hey man, I got a building and I think we could do this again as long as you guys are down and give us, give me your blessing. And I'm like, listen, if everything lines up, I'm in. And well, here we are. It all lined up. And so seeing the progression now, when we did the last event, or one of the first events, there wasn't Instagram, Facebook was barely a thing. So it's come a very long way since that point. And so, it's good to I almost feel like this is really the first one in this new kind of day and age of where we're at, No,
I mean, clearly it's back in full swing. I can imagine how packed it is going to be tomorrow when you start getting some more of the live music and everything. Tell us a little bit about your curation for music and art.
Yeah.
So, art wise, Scott DeBus is the other partner. And so he handles the artwork. We have a roster of OG, heads that we deal with. So we obviously called them first. And then he was meeting with all kinds of new artists, galleries and stuff like that. So he was getting all kinds of new people to jump on board. And then I'm more on the music, promotion, anything else side. And so I was reaching out to a bunch of DJs that, were old school DJs that, just from other parties back in the day. And I got to give mad props to Bad John. He's in A Road to Dream. He's huge. he's been huge on the team this year, and he is dialed in with a lot of these folks. And Carl Janes, who runs Interspace out of Atlanta, and the DIY band over there. And so with talking with them, collaborating with them, they're like, hey, we got some good bands I would like to kind of put on. And so I was like, let's do it, dude. Like, if they're down with you, they're down with me.
Yeah, you have some cool local dub plates, Circle Back, all them, but also Cut Creator and Charlie Tuna. I mean, Jurassic 5. When I saw that, I was like, we definitely have to do something with this. This one thing I want to say, we're going to be doing a bunch of pictures and we're going to put as much stuff out with our companion podcast. This space is immense. When we were driving by, I was like, okay, so they're going to be in that part. And then I'm like, wait, I see lights out of that part. And there's lights out of that part. It is amazingly immense. I mean, is this the space that your friend was like, I think we can use this space? I think you could put a fucking space shuttle in this thing.
It was probably built here back in the day, to be honest. But when I first looked at the spot, same reaction. I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. And then I looked at it in like different segments, and I saw, 3 to 4 oh shit moments in a good way. Like, you walk in, you're like, oh, wow. And then it's like the next spot, you're like, oh, wow. And then the next one. And so there's 4 different kind of vibes and areas that you're just like, oh my God, there's stuff to look at. There's lights, there's people walking. There's obviously artwork is in the larger building. Yep. These guys have been putting these murals up all week long. And I mean, it's really incredible what we've been able to do in the past few weeks and month.
Well, how hard is it so I guess you can put it on paper, right? How hard is it to manage it? I guess you have a team of volunteers, you have your partners. How far ago did you start planning this?
I would say it kind of came to fruition and into place around 3 months ago, give or take. And then, once those calls start going out, everybody's like, we're down to help, let me know. I'll be there. And listen, there's a lot of people here doing, work for free. Obviously we're giving them tickets, but like really, really grateful for all these folks that are showing up to help. Cause without them, I mean, we just wouldn't be ready and getting everything together and, just being tidy up with the art table and all those kind of just little extra loose ends that need to happen to be ready for an event of this size and artwork and stuff.
So do you have to coordinate stuff with the city on this?
Dave has definitely been involved with the city and the folks, the Navy Yard folks that, own the building that are redeveloping this whole area. And so if you look back at their history, Kulture Klash is a part of their DNA. And so they're very excited and very supportive of this event coming back. So they were like, yes, let's do it. Happy to have the building to do these kind of art events and bring the culture to North Charleston and kind of like show that this is a cool area. And so, they've been a heavy part of this event.
So when are you going to be able to take a breath?
I have
Tuesday.
I think hopefully by Wednesday, and then then I got a soccer tournament next week that I got to deal with for my son. So I'm back on it again. But hopefully by Wednesday, people picked up their artwork, and we'll be rejoicing in all the good times we all had and the friends we've made and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I like how you're the godfather of the coolest event in Charleston, Kulture Klash, which has historically been the coolest event in Charleston.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you have to roll completely over into your son's soccer tournament.
Oh, listen, I've been running 2 shifts this whole week, daytime job thing, and then at night moonlighting as this event producer, guy. And, I'm like, look, I'm painting walls, I'm hanging up art. I'm like, look, we got to get it done. So, no shy in picking up stuff and getting my hands dirty and getting stuff done.
Cool. Got any other questions?
Nope. Okay.
Eric, you got anything?
Yeah. So the size of this place, the size of this event, as opposed to what you were seeing up in New York.
I mean, this space is bigger than PS1. That one's a little bit more contained. There's like specific installations that go in on the courtyard side, but this is, there's a new spot in New York called the Knockdown Center. I personally haven't been there, but I think this is kind of close to that vibe. I haven't been there yet. Hopefully I get to go at some point, but there's a lot of potential here, and hopefully everything goes well, and we'll be doing it annually. Some people are crazy and they want to say 2 times a year, but we'll see how it plays out. But
Up the brakes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how about once a year, and better planning, and then we'll have more sponsors, and just get the word out there. And people need this, especially after the last few weeks we've had. People need a release, people need to dance, they need to make friends. And so this is the party we all need. So
That is.
tomorrow, come through, and because it's going down.
Yeah. So how many people are you expecting to host or have tomorrow?
We're definitely going to have, I would say, a minimum of 1,000 to 2,000 people. I hope it's more, and I know it'll grow from there over the years, but I think that's a fair estimate.
Okay. That sounds great. If any of our folks, which we are putting this out tonight, if anybody wants to find out more about Kulture Klash, how can they reach you?
So we have Kulture Klash CHS on Instagram and on the website. We're on a Facebook page, but the IG page is steady giving out information as well. So yeah, that's where you can find us.
All right, perfect. All right, Gustavo, thanks for having us and talking to us and letting us know a little bit about Kulture Klash and all the stuff that's happening in the Shrimp City. For the Shrimp City Report, this is Devin. I'm out.
DJ?
And Eric, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, perfect.